Hey guys, welcome to this new video. So this is the third episode of the Lifemaxxing series. I'm very excited for this video here because as we said on the second episode, we were gonna be talking about faith and religion and how that shaped my business and my personal life. I'll give you some backstory and then I'll jump straight into kind of the main point that I want to discuss and preface on this video because honestly something happened this week that is gonna shape completely the way I'm gonna be making this video and what I'm gonna be discussing about because initially I had one idea of what I wanted to tell you guys, but then what happened this week completely changed everything and actually put me in a position which was completely new to me. So we're gonna jump straight into it. I'm gonna cover everything because honestly, I see this being something very pertinent to us entrepreneurs. So let me start by saying that I was born in a in a believing family which believes in God, and faith wasn't something necessarily foreign to us in our family. Although we weren't necessarily very practicing, we do believe in God, but we weren't practicing. So I never went to church. If I went once every year or every 2 years, that was even a lot. Now I go every Sunday, I go every single week to confession, I do everything that the Catholic um, church teaches us to do. So I'm Catholic, and because as an Italian, we're Catholics, but it's more so also for other theological reasons. I do believe that Catholicism to be kind of the main branch of Christianity, but that's beside the point. Either if, regardless of you, if you're Protestant or you're Orthodox, that's beside the point of what I want to discuss in this video. So basically, recently, 2, 3 years ago, I had a situation in my family which kind of brought me closer to God, health related issues. And with that, it brought me to start praying and to kind of ask God to help my family due to these health related issues. I'm gonna be talking potentially about those in another video. Those are not very important for this context here. But basically, to go straight to the point, what happened this week that really shifted my perception on faith was because I'm kind of about to graduate university. I finished all my exams, I've written my thesis, my dissertation. I'm literally ready to be graduated, but I cannot graduate for the life of me because I'm not passing a German exam, which has nothing to do with the actual uh, university course because I'm studying international law, European and international law. And as I said, it has nothing to do German with my course, but it's simply an additional language that I need to take. And basically, I've been extending my graduation date for now around 8 months because I cannot pass this exam. And what happened was that I was praying and praying and praying hundreds and hundreds of times to God to help me pass this exam. And I went to university on Monday. Right now it's Friday. I went on Monday to take this exam, and I didn't pass it. And that hit me like a train because I was counting on, literally my last resort was Monday, because if I didn't pass it on Monday, I had another attempt with a separate school, private school, not with the university, a private school on Tuesday, which that went kind of good and bad. But I was hoping and giving it my all for Monday, and I didn't pass it. And only God knew how much I wanted to pass that exam and how many times I prayed to Him. And for the first time in my life, I was a bit bitter and I was a bit, I wouldn't say angry is the right word, but frustrated with God because He knew how much I needed to pass this. Because if I didn't pass it, then there would be a financial burden. I would need to pay multiple thousands of dollars, euros in taxes. It's whole chaos. And basically, He knew how much I cared, but I didn't pass. And for the first day, for both Monday and Tuesday, I kind of I didn't fall in this depression, but I felt very bad. And I was wondering why God let this happen. But then I realized one thing, that if this happened, there is a reason. And if God lets something like this happen in general, if something bad happens, it's because either a bigger and a better good will come out of it, or there's a lesson for you to learn. I personally, now, today, being Friday, I see what God is trying to, what God is moving, which parts He's moving in my life. And maybe me not passing on Monday, but actually going through this new path was the best thing that could happen to me, because I now have a new thing that I'm going on for. And the reason why I'm making this video here about specifically what happened this week is because many times we won't get what we want in life. We won't get what we hope for. And we most often will also fail when we truly, truly desire something. I've been in business now for over 4 years. The amount of times I've failed, the amount of times I prayed to God to be in the position I find myself today, He knows. Only He knows how many times I've done that. And to see myself today being in the position that I'm today, right now, it's literally what I was praying for years ago. And honestly, I'm so thankful for it. And this is to say, kind of the scope for this video is to say that regardless of what you pray, you need to keep praying. You need to keep praying without ceasing, as it says in the Bible. And remember that if God allows for something to happen, it's because He knows, first of all, that you can handle it. Because as it says in the Bible, He will never challenge you with anything that you cannot handle. Anything that is provided to you or that is shown to you, you will be able to handle it. For example, temptations, lust, sinning in general. That's something that you can win, as all the saints have won. Maybe not all, but the vast majority of them, reaching um, sanctification. And with that, and with that, you need to, aside from praying without ceasing, as we said, knowing that God has a bigger picture and that you don't see everything. You don't know what He has planned for you. And I asked my spiritual father, my guide, why that happened and why did I feel this quote unquote sadness and a bit of anger towards God. And he told me one beautiful thing. He told me that it's all part of our relationship, because it's not all rainbows and sunshine when it comes to a relationship. Sometimes there will be also anger involved, confusion, doubt. And these are all elements and flavors to a healthy relationship. So I'm gonna go to confession tomorrow and confess that I felt this resentment, this anger temporarily, because then I repented. I asked forgiveness. And I understand that was very, very wrong because I wasn't trusting in His plan. Because another thing comes to mind. For the last 2 weeks, prior to this event happening, my relationship with Him had improved. And I was constantly telling Him, God, I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful for our relationship. I would do anything for you. But then at the first hiccup, which this is a hiccup, a small, small roadblock, everything changed. So then I asked myself, how faithful am I if a small roadblock as this breaks everything? How deep is my faith in Him? And that's a very important question you need to ask yourself. And I think rather than making random and generic theological videos, I believe this to be a more pertinent and a more concrete example that is very tangible and very applicable to you guys. So I hope you found value in this video. Now we're approaching the 10-minute mark. And honestly, regardless of how things went, I'm thankful that these events occurred the way they did because I learned a lot of lessons. And hopefully from this short video, I try to explain it as best as I can. I don't want to give too many details because it's private things pertaining to the university. But yeah, honestly, I think that this will help someone out. And let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And also let me know if you like the kind of this format, unedited, regardless of how the video goes. I want to hear your thoughts if you make it until the end of the video. Plus, I'm recording with my new phone because I was previously recording with my Samsung S25 Ultra. Now I'm recording with my 16 Pro. So let me know if the quality is good, if you like it. And yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram. It's down in the description. And I'm gonna catch you next Friday. And have a great weekend and a great rest of your week for next week. Take care, guys.